Hello, my name is Ammar Gangadiwala. I'm a cloud architect with over 20 plus years of experience in software industry. I worked for many multinational companies such as Microsoft Corporation, Deloitte, Verizon, and so on. Focusing mostly on Azure and Microsoft technology stack. This is my LinkedIn profile. In this video, I will show you how to build a website with Azure Static Web Apps. So what is Azure Static Web App? Azure Static Web App is a service offered by Microsoft Azure that allows the developers to build and deploy static web application quickly and easily. Azure Static Web Application refers to an application that consists of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files and does not require any server-side code or backend database. I will log into my Azure portal. In Azure portal, I see over here static web apps. I can also search static web apps from here if I don't see it over there, static web apps. So click on static web app. Then I will click on the create button, create the script subscription, select the subscription, create a new resource group or select from the existing. I will select from the existing resource group. I will give the name over here to my static web app. Hosting plan, I will select free. Azure function and staging details, leave as it is to Central US. Deployment details. Now Azure Static Web Apps is integrated with the GitHub repository, or you can select from the Azure DevOps. So in my case, I will select a GitHub repository, and you see it is automatically selected my GitHub repository login identification. Organization, I will select organization of my GitHub repository that this one is my repository, and see, I can show you where is my repository. This is my GitHub repository and I have copied the code over here. This is a simple plain vanilla HTML CSS website that we are going to use in this demonstration. So this is the repository, and the branch, I will select main as a branch. Build details. See, since this is a plain vanilla HTML with no Angular, no React, no Vue, nothing, I will click over here and select custom, and the custom app location I will select is dot. This is the location of my source. API location leave blank. Output same src. Preview. So this will generate a workflow file for the CI/CD pipeline, and I can see preview the workflow file. And this is CI/CD lives in the GitHub repository. So this is the CI/CD, and click on review and create. Click on create button. Deployment complete. Go to my static web app. So this static you see over here, you say static web app is live and it is waiting for your content. So the content from GitHub is not transferred to my static web app. I will go to GitHub and see the pipeline status. In this one, I will select my static web app action, and this here you see it's still in the progress. So it will take some time. This is running right now. Build and deploy. Build and deploy successful. Click on over here to see the result. So build successful, everything successful. Okay. Now let's go back to our site. Over here, I will click on this link. You see over here, the website is running, and this is our plain vanilla web website as deployed as Azure Static Web App. This is the URL of our static web app. So that concludes the demo of a static web app. Let's see what are the advantages and disadvantages of a static web app. Advantages of using Azure Static Web Apps. Easy to deploy and scale. Azure Static Web Apps can be easily deployed and scaled with just a few clicks. This makes it an ideal choice for small and medium-sized projects that need to be up and running quickly. Integration with GitHub repository. Azure Static Web Apps provides tight integration with GitHub, making it easy to deploy your changes to your web application directly from your GitHub repository. Serverless. Azure Static Web Apps are serverless. Developers do not have to worry about the server maintenance or security. This makes it a cost-effective solution for small projects. Fast performance. Azure Static Web Apps are built to provide fast performance for users. This is achieved by using a contained delivery network that caches content close to the user, reducing latency and improving performance. Custom domains. Azure Static Web Apps allow developers to use custom domains, making it easier to promote and brand their web applications. So these are the advantages of using Azure Static Web Apps. Now let's see what are the disadvantages of Azure Static Web App. First one, limited functionality. Azure Static Web Apps are limited to their functionality since they do not support server-side code or backend database. This means that developers may need to use other services or technologies to build more complex applications. Security concern. Azure Web Apps are serverless. They are vulnerable to security threats like DDoS, distributed denial of service attacks. Developers need to take an additional steps to ensure their web application is secure. Lack of control. Azure Static Web Apps offer limited control over the infrastructure, which can be disadvantage for some developers who want to more control over their deployment. This concludes our demo and looking at the advantages and disadvantages of Azure Static Web Apps. So in summary, Azure Static Web App is a great solution for small or medium-sized web application that do not require server-side code or the backend database. It offers the tight integration with GitHub, fast performance, and easy deployment and scaling. However, it does have a limitation, such as limited functionality and security concern, which developers need to be aware of. Overall, Azure Static Web Apps is a solid solution for developers looking for fast and cost-effective way to deploy their web application. This concludes our today's session. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please do not forget to click on the like and subscribe button on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Have a good day.